Hey guys, I know it's been a while. It's been like a few months since I've done a review. Hell, I'm gonna when I post this review on YouTube, I'm also gonna post my last review that did right before the movie theaters closed. Because if you haven't noticed, movie theaters have closed. Or you haven't heard, particularly Regal Cinemas, the theater that I always go to, closed again. Back the end of September, October, and then on top of that, my or I got a new job, and I've been very fucking busy, and I haven't really had time to do anything. I've been like working nonstop, and I really haven't had time to watch movies, but I was like, I gotta get around to watching. There's like a whole list of movies I gotta get around to watching and catching up on that came out this year that I still have not seen. So I'm gonna try to catch up before the end of the year. I highly doubt it'll probably go into like the beginning of next year, me doing reviews for movies that came out this year, and then eventually maybe I'll do a best and worst of, which I don't know what the point of that would be, because fuck, I mean, I don't know what the fuck. Like, honestly, I don't know what my favorite film of the year is this year. Or, I can tell you what the worst movie I've seen this year is. I can probably tell you probably the top 5 worst movies I've seen this year, even though I probably haven't seen all of them. A couple on these lists I've heard are really fucking bad, so we'll see. But, yeah, I'm going to try to do reviews a little bit more over the next couple months. It's going to be very sparse because, again, I'm working a lot. I have a full-time job where I'm working long-ass hours. So I don't know how much I'll be able to do these reviews, but I'm going to try to. So let's get into it. The first movie I watched, caught up on, of all the movies I catch up on, was The Vast of Night. This is a movie probably a lot of people don't know what the fuck. I've never heard of this. It's a movie that's on Amazon Prime. It's a Amazon Prime original, that premiered, like, I think back in May. That also came out to my local drive-in for like a couple nights. And I really wanted to see it because of the plot, and it kind of looked interesting, but I just didn't get a chance to. And like pretty much all the movies that I'm going to be reviewing either came out on to the drive-in or are movies I kind of wanted to watch regardless of whether they came out to the drive-in or not. That caught my interest. This is a movie from like a first-time director. All I knew was like if it was a first-time director, and that it was a movie that looked like a tribute to something like the E.T. or Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and the way that the movie was presented to me, and it looked like it could be interesting and kind of fun, like a nod to those kinds of movies, and I love those kinds of movies, the sci-fi, fantasy kind of family-friendly movies. They kind of looked like those kinds of movies, and I was on board for it. Like, I went in with an open mind with it, which I'm going to be doing with a lot of these movies, and yeah, I kind of liked it. It is pretty good. It's a pretty good movie to watch on Amazon Prime. It's not I wouldn't say it's a great movie. There's a couple things that bugged the hell out of me a little bit, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. From a filmmaking standpoint, I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. This is a movie that, like, utilizes a lot of, like, single take scenes. It's a lot of just... It's a movie that's shot to look like it's all shot in one take, for the most part. There's parts where you can see where there's edits, and there's obvious edits in this movie, but there's parts of this movie that go on for a long time where you're like, feel like a one long single take, and like you're trying to figure out where the hell did they cut. Obviously there's probably some tricks here and there they can figure out where they can make a cut here and there, but it's a really impressive looking movie, especially like the first 15 minutes. Like, there's sweeping shots of like going down the street to into a gym, to outside the gym, to out back on the street, and it's like all continuous, one long continuous take. It's really fucking impressive. It's this really, really cool looking movie. Like, from a filmmaking standpoint, it's amazing. Like, it's really well done, really well made, and it is a really good nod to something like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It is. You want to know what the plot is? It's a story about. It's set in the 1950s, where it takes place in New Mexico, I think, if I remember correctly, where this teenage girl and teenage boy. The teenage girl works as a switchboard operator. Those were a thing, back in the day in the 50s, and the boy is like working at a radio station, the local radio station, and while everybody's at like a local basketball game, like that's the big basketball game, like of the season or something like that. So the whole town's at this game. There's this mysterious signal that comes out over the radio that the girl hears, and she starts hearing from different people that are calling the switchboard, and people are starting to say they're starting to see weird objects up in the sky above them, and that they're just starting to get freaked out, and like a lot of lines are getting disconnected, power is being cut out, and you're like, obviously it's some maybe extraterrestrial shit going on. And it's like, it's kind of like, it's a really good fucking mystery. It is a really good mystery. Like, makes you kind of intrigued what the fuck is going on. And honestly, it is kind of really fucking suspenseful. There's parts of this movie that are kind of terrifying, especially when they're describing certain things. Like, characters are describing certain things, like the backstory behind things. With the old lady later on in the movie, where she's telling about her son and all that horrifying shit that she talks about with her son, and like how he disappeared and shit like that. It's really fucking crazy. The acting is really good in this movie. Like, the two leads are really good in this movie. They're really likable. Like, they're charming. They're likable. The guy's like kind of a smart ass, and obviously the girl's got a crush on him, but they really don't go into that too much, which was kind of nice and refreshing. They didn't just force a love story on there, but obviously they're kind of like, you can tell there's like a little crush thing going on there. But she is kind of this quirky little nerdy girl, and he's just this cool radio guy. And they just happen upon this crazy fucking mystery of like this weird signal that's coming out, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And one thing that was driving me nuts, I don't know why they did this, but this was something that did drive me nuts while watching this thing, was that this movie, I didn't notice until fucking the movie started, and I almost forget about it until like it kept cutting to this. This movie is taking place like as like a serial episode on like a rip-off version of the Twilight Zone. I forget what it's called, like the Paradox Theater or something like that it's being called. It's supposed to be like a version of the Twilight Zone, like a rip-off version of the Twilight Zone. Obviously, and the episode of the night is called The Vast of Night, and that's how the movie's introduced, as like an episode for this rip-off of the Twilight Zone set in the 50s that's playing on a TV. I don't know what the fuck the point of that was. Really, what was the point of that? Didn't really need that. And there's also parts of this movie where just randomly it would cut to black. Like, characters are talking, and I'm like, why the fuck does it keep cutting to black? And like, you hear characters talking, like you think, oh, maybe like for some reason the video on my fucking Amazon account is like cut out. No, it's the way it's shot. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, that's really fucking. It's not just something like that happens once. It happens multiple times in this movie, and it drives me to fucking insane. Like, what's the point of that? Like, stop doing that. Like, I was getting pissed. I was really, really getting pissed. I'm like, this movie also is. It is a movie that's very low budgeted. I didn't know going in, but you can tell once I found out you can fucking definitely tell. It's a movie that was shot on a $700,000 budget. That's really fucking cheap for nowadays. I wouldn't maybe been cheap like maybe in the 80s, but it's definitely cheap for nowadays. Holy shit. So yeah, it's a movie you can tell that's shot very low budgeted. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. Except for like towards the end where some CGI, it's kind of you can tell with the low budget in the movie. Maybe you can tell a little bit if you're paying attention, especially if you got high definition TV. And it's a movie that it's a lot of talking, more talking than it is. It's a movie that doesn't really show you things, it just tells you about it. It's basically it's a movie that where characters are telling you stories of stuff that have happened and interesting stuff that have happened that kind of wish you could have seen, but it's also really compelling watching this monologues of these characters talking about these stories, the things that happen and stuff. And it is fascinating. I was intrigued every time while watching it. It's a very dialogue heavy movie. It's not like a sci-fi action movie with all this fucking lasers and spaceships and all that shit. No, if you're thinking that's what it's gonna be, it's not. It's a very dialogue heavy movie. Which, like I said, I didn't mind. It's still, I was still compelled throughout the whole movie. What was going on, what the mystery, what the end game of this movie was going to be. And when the movie ended, I was I don't know if I was the only one who was that was fucking kind of depressing. I was wow, that really ended it that way. I did not expect that. I was that was kind of dark and depressing of an ending, and I was god damn. I was damn, movie, all right, cool. That's basically my response. I was wow. I didn't know how it was going to end, but I did not expect that. I don't know if I really didn't expect that. I still really like this movie. I did really like this movie. Like I said, I didn't love it, but I did like it. It's from a first-time director named Andrew Patterson. This is his first feature-length movie, and a lot of people I've seen talk about how they would like to see him with a bigger budget and see what he could do. And I honestly am in the same boat. This is a really, really fucking solid movie, and really talented first-time director for a first-time director. I would like to see what he does from this point forward. Yeah, other than I said, the only minor nitpicks about the setup of the movie. Like I said, for some reason, cutting the black. Somebody explain that to me. Maybe I was missing something. I didn't mind this movie one bit. I highly recommend it. Of course, I didn't get any trailers, but as far as you're wondering what movies I will be reviewing over the next months or so, okay, hold on for this. This is going to be a lot. I'm going to try to get first. My plan is there's a lot of movies that are either Amazon exclusive or Disney exclusive or Hulu exclusive. I'm going to go for the Amazon ones first, and then I'm going to go on to other stuff and on and on. And also there's just stuff I can just watch on demand, and I'll get for those next after the Amazon ones. All the movies those are the majority of the ones I'm going to be going through is the ones that are just on demand, and that's what I'm going to do after I go for the Amazon movies. So what I'm going to be doing with the Amazon movies, like I said, we did The Vast Night. Then I go next I'm going to be doing My Spy. And then Beast of Our Fathers. This is a movie was a movie shot locally. It's like a horror movie, Bigfoot horror movie, which you don't really ever see a fucking Bigfoot movie, a horror movie. So I'm kind of interested. What the fuck am I gonna get? It's on Amazon Prime. I don't know what to expect. The poster looks like shit, but I don't know what to expect. It's a kind of a locally shot movie, so I don't know. I'm from Ohio. Feast of Our Fathers. I said My Spy. The new Borat movie, I will review that. I definitely will review that. And maybe because I'm gonna get a lot of requests for that movie Uncle Frank, and I'll explain why I'll get a lot of requests for that. But until then, and then also, that's the lineup for right now. I will go into the rest of the lineup as we get along because I got so many fucking movies to go through. Yeah, dude, like, I got a lot of fucking movies to go through. And a lot of them I don't even some of them I don't even have on this list yet. Some of them I will just go through. If it looks like something I'm interested in, I'll go watch it. Just because either I've heard good word of mouth or something I'm curious in. Sorry, damn. But yeah, that's as far as Vast at Night, what's coming up next in my reviews. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.